Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to the second broadcast of the Lady Rebel basketball season, Winter 2022. We welcome you here to the Sevier Center in Richfield, Utah. Here, the state preview tournament has been taking place over the last 2 days, Friday and today, Saturday. We just got done watching Wendover take care of business against Milford. They won by a handy score of about 12. I think it was 26-13, in case you were wondering. We welcome you here to Richfield. We're in the wonderful arena. It is absolutely beautiful. This court looks great. Orange for Snow College. These girls are happy to be here. We're going to be set to be taking on the Valley Buffaloes in a minute as this team getting ready to get their first win of the season. They were able to make it a little bit close against Wayne last night. Wayne, fantastic team, able to execute very, very well. Cody Lundgren today is trying to get his girls ready to take the W against the Valley Buffaloes, hoping to take suit of what volleyball did in the fall in the state tournament. Hopefully what we can do in the state preview tournament as well. This is a Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. We're warming you up here, and we're going to have a very short abbreviated broadcast. We'll try and get some interviews in, get our sponsors some recognition as we're going to hear from the town of Woodruff, Pam Cornea at Town and Country Realty, as well as the town of Laketown as part of this Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. We'll go ahead, take a quick moment. We'll come back to you in just a second. Until then, you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
We welcome you back into the booth. This is a Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. As we're getting ready to do the scene set today, we'll bring you in. Rich Rebels last night losing to Wayne 43-31. Leading the way of scores was Darlene Peterson with 14. We'll see if she can match her performance as well. Get some more people involved. As always, the Rich Rebels, probably until the middle of December, will be without point guard Taylor McKee, as she is out with a foot injury. Prognosis probably has her coming back mid-December. We'll see about that. They have dropped one so far in this state tournament, now getting ready to play the Valley Buffaloes. Buffaloes last night were able to beat Wendover, who just took it to Milford a second ago. They beat Wendover yesterday 49-26. Second in 1A, Region 20 last year, and with a record of 19-6. Dustin Cox has improved this team every single year. As we see near midcourt, we had the head coaches exchange pleasantries. And that is our scene set today. We'll come back really quickly, get some interviews from Coach Lundgren, and hear from some of our sponsors as well. This is a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabian, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Red Rebels!
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Let's talk about the real estate agent must-have list when you're buying or selling at Bear Lake. 1. Must have excellent communication skills. 2. Must be listening to hear what you want. And 3. Must have total market understanding. Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty has been buying and selling Bear Lake real estate in Utah and Idaho for over 4 years. Her long list of happy clients will tell you that she listens and gets results. Hire the agent that checks all the boxes. Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty. Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Proudly serving the people of Randolph and Hiram, Utah since 1997. Dr. Sean Grohl with Comprehensive Family Dental offers dentistry for patients of all ages. Great care, positive environment, and fair prices. Call for an appointment today.
Back into the booth, Rich Rebel fans, we welcome you to the Sevier Center down in Richfield, Utah, getting ready for the state preview tournament. We'd like to thank the town of Woodruff for our outstanding student interview that unfortunately we will probably have to do it at halftime to hear from them, as we have a condensed pregame show today. We'll go ahead and hear from Pam Cornea at Town & Country Realty as part of her coach's show, and then the town of Laketown for our Laketown Ledger. Here's Coach Cody Lundgren coming up for this state preview tournament.
Rich Rebel fans, I'm joined here for the first time this winter sports season with Coach Cody Lundgren. Coach, it's great to have you on our little show today prepping for the upcoming state preview tournament and upcoming winter. Coach, you've been here for a hot minute or so. What do you really contribute to the continual success here at Rich High School in the women's program?
We've got a lot of good girls that come through our program, and they work hard, and, they're self-motivated, and they work hard all summer, and we've had a great summer, program, and we go all around and play a lot of different schools, and we've got a lot of good coaches working with them, and just a lot of good things going into these kids.
Coach, I know for certain that you have quite a few cross-sport athletes. Some girls that just got done with volleyball are now getting ready for basketball. Do you, as a head coach, prefer students and athletes that kind of do more than one sport? What does that do for your program?
I just encourage kids to go out and do what they want to do, you know what I mean? And, multi-sport athletes it's always good to, stay versatile and do a bunch of stuff while these kids are in high school. I think it's good for them. And, if a kid doesn't do multi-sport, I still accept them into my program and love everything they can contribute.
Coach, we just got done with tryouts last week. What was kind of the main goal for you and your coaching staff to get these girls prepped and ready for in terms of last week?
Just to pick up where we were this summer and just keep working hard, trying to get them together as a team. That's kind of the biggest thing, because a lot of the kids that we had playing last year are gone now, and we got new girls that need to step up, and a lot of these girls haven't played much together, so we got to build their chemistry a little bit.
Coach, we have an opportunity to see these girls for the first time in kind of a formal setting at the state preview tournament this weekend. What kind of expectations do you have going into those two games against Wayne as well as against Valley?
I'm excited. Our kids have been working hard, and they worked hard all summer and hard all this season. And we go down to the preview to play those Region 20 teams and see what they have. And at my request, I requested these two teams because they're very good teams. So I want to go down and play what the best teams down there.
Coach, this is my first time being able to watch these girls in person, having been at Rich for not a terribly long time. What kind of coaching philosophy and scheme do you like to run here in terms of the basketball program?
We focus on us. We focus, in our program. Of course, I scout and I look at a lot of these other teams, but a lot of times I don't bring that into practice. Our program, we do what we need to do to win. So whether that's playing very fast or whether that's playing slow, our guards control the tempo of the game, and then, our girls just take the shots that they need for us to succeed.
Coach, it's been fantastic to catch up with you. I'm sure we'll have a lot more to talk about once we finally see some action out onto the floor. Anything else that you want to really cover before we end our interview today?
No, just thanks for being here.
Absolutely, no problem. We'll go ahead and step aside.
Welcome back. We're heading to the starting lineup brought to you by Lutz Construction. We have Ambria Lutz, Darlene Peterson, Cassidy Grohl, Ellie Argyle, and Mackenzie Smith, our starting five for the Rebels today against the Valley Buffaloes. Hoyt will be starting. Here we go. Ruth Cox. Reeve. Reagan Frost, number 14. Carly Jacobs. So we got Cox, Ruth Cox, Carly Jacobs, Frost, Reeve, and Hoyt, the starting five for your Valley Buffaloes. We're getting ready for tip-off. Our Laketown Ledger, last time these two teams met was November 23rd, 2019, a 62-30 win for the Rich Rebels. Special thanks to the town of Laketown for helping us sponsor this segment. We're now into live mode. As we get ready for the tip-off, the ball is up and careened by the Rebels. In comes Lutz, who goes high off the glass and in, wastes no time, immediately getting some points. Ambria Lutz, 2 points immediately for the Rich Rebels. So that's a 2-point lead. Here at the beginning, a three thought about by Hoyt, and he drives Cox, who barely misses the and one. She rolls it off the rim on a cutting into the paint. Nice little drive there by Cox. First foul on Ambria Lutz. They have a 2-point lead, the Rebels do. 7:42 left in the first quarter. First free throw up and good for Cox. It's Ruth Cox. We're here in the first quarter. Brought to you by the town. No, this is T7 Propane in Woodruff. All your propane needs in Woodruff. Here's the second free throw coming up by Cox. That one's up and good. We are now tied currently 2-2 in the score department. A little bit of a press coming from the Valley Buffaloes. Back and forth between Lutz and Grohl. Here comes a bullet from across the court from Ambria Lutz to Darlene Peterson. Just barely misses the left-handed layup as that thing came across the court. They left Darlene Peterson open under the basket, but she was not able to cash in. 2-2 as the ball works its way around the horn, left side wing. Here is Reeve trying to work it in there to Jacobs, who gets stripped by Cassidy Grohl. We've got bodies on the floor right on the left elbow. Cassidy Grohl, sticky fingers, and jump ball will stay with the Valley Buffaloes. That jump ball brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels much success. Inbound into Hoyt, right side wing. Here they go, working its way up to the top, cutting in. Here is it. Thought about the J. Now over to Reeve. That was a 12-foot jumper right on the baseline to the right. No good. Ambria Lutz leading her team down the floor. Good passes from each team. Another miss by Darlene Peterson as she was under the basket too far. Left hand went just a little short off the iron. Still 2-2 with 7 minutes left here in the first quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. As I catch my breath, the ball works its way around the horn. Straight away three. Good by Hoyt. Hoyt with the tray. Now a 3-point lead for the Valley Buffaloes. Ambria Lutz works her way across the timeline, finds Cassidy Grohl on the near side wing. Grohl looks inside, nobody open. Around the horn it goes to Ellie Argyle. Far side, cross court back to Grohl. Mid-range J just off the front iron, no good. Reeled in by Reeve of the Valley Buffaloes. They have a 3-point lead now with 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Working their way across the line. The three-point line is quite open as the Rich Rebels are implementing a 2-3 zone. Here comes streaking in. That was an attempted pass there from Cox to her teammate Ruth that goes in between her legs out of bounds. We get an inbounds play coming up for the Rich Rebels. This inbounds play, of course, sponsored by, as soon as I figure this out, that inbounds play brought to you by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink. Straightaway three, no good. Offensive rebound, Ellie Argyle. She puts that one in. Great work by Argyle. Points in the paint brought to you by Plains Tire. She has 2, and now it's just a 1-point lead for the Valley Buffaloes. Hoyt working her way over to Cox on the right side, cutting in Jacobs. Here comes another 3 from Hoyt. That one's good. Got to get on her. 6 points for Hoyt right now, working your way Ambria Lutz. Quick timeout called by Cody Lundgren. 8-4 lead for the Valley Buffaloes currently right now. We'll take a timeout of ourselves. This timeout here brought to you by Independent Software Solutions. Let Brian be your IT guy. Call 307-789-1978. We'll go ahead, keep it with the Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Wonderful people that have come out to support the Rich Rebels. We have just this arena is super great. Great atmosphere, Snow College. Very gracious enough to let us come in and do the state preview tournament. If maybe you don't like Richfield, but maybe you like Bear Lake, find your new home in Bear Lake. Call 435-946-8888. That is Bear Lake Realty. Call Gary or Amber McKee. Back into the live action. We are 4-point deficit for the Rich Rebels right now currently. Inbounds play brought to you by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink, right on the far side near the midcourt line. Grohl will be putting it into Lutz. Lutz puts in her offensive production scheme as she hands it on over to Grohl on the left side. Back over to Argyle to the right side wing. Free throw line extended. Picks up her dribble. Cross court back to Grohl here on the left side. Lutz has a look for 3. Up in the air, just a little too far. Offensive rebound, Ellie Argyle. She's fighting for it. Passes it off to Darlene Peterson. She tries on the opposite side. Too short off the front iron. Rebound, Valley Buffaloes. 2 good looks for the Rich Rebels just don't fall as Hoyt, the three-point specialist, passes it over to Deandra House on the left side wing, tries to bank that one in. Mackenzie Smith not able to wrestle that one. Offensive rebound for the Buffaloes. Top of the arc over to the right for Cox. She's trying to direct traffic and drives in. Hoyt gets guarded there, dumping it over to the baseline. Jump ball between Argyle and Reeve. That's going to be a possession for the Rebels. Good jump ball brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. That will go to the Rebels. They're still down 4 points. 4.5 minutes separate us now from the end of the first quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. Lutz crosses the timeline, hands it on over to Grohl on the left side. Back around the horn to Ellie Argyle. Far side now, free throw line extended. She looks inside, nobody open. She gets it to Lutz. Has another good look, and Darlene Peterson triple teamed as that was tried to be fed to her on the block on the left side.
Number 45, Jenny Hoyt.
Hoyt is going to go ahead and pick up her first foul of the game, and we get a substitution. Grohl's coming out. Lamborn has come in wearing the coveted 23, a la Michael Jordan. We'll see if she can reel that kind of talent in. Inbounds pass, intercepted by Valley Buffaloes. Hoyt takes it across the midcourt line, working from left to right on your radio dial at the top of the arc. House, left side elbow, just a little too far to the right. It's reeled in and whacked off of Ambria Lutz off of a diving Cox. Cox was falling out of bounds underneath the basket and threw it in, but the referee is going to reverse the call. She's going to give it to the Rich Rebels. As she said, Cox stepped on the line. So here come the Rebels, cross the timeline. Here's Ellie Argyle on the left. She has to weave her way inside, back outside. Darlene Peterson defended well by Deandra House. She is able to poke that one away. Here come the Valley Buffaloes. Cross the timeline, cutting inside. Here's Hoyt again for 3. Too short. Ball is on the ground. It's reeled in by Lamborn as that was a long rebound. She takes the dribble, picks it on up, and hands it way over to Mackenzie Smith. Darlene Peterson is run over right on the block there as we have a Valley Buffalo currently on the floor. She probably just got the wind knocked out of her as both the players fell down trying to get to the basket. Hoyt was defending Darlene Peterson. They are sticking on her like glue. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. 4-8, the Valley Buffaloes lead. Inbounds, this time Cox will take it across the timeline. She looks to her left but passes right to her sister. Her sister takes it to the right side elbow, and we have, if I'm not mistaken, 3 sisters out on the courts. 2, 3, and 4. These are all Cox sisters. Right on the right side block, trying to cut to the basket. That's going to be Cox, called for the travel violation. 3 minutes now as Ambria Lutz will take the point guard position. She's met by Lydia Cox right at the midcourt line, but hands it off to Lamborn. Working her way inside, that's Tingy, I believe, that is working the post here. Out, inside out, Mackenzie Smith shoots from 3, misses everything, and it's reeled in by the Valley Buffaloes. We're going to get a foul called on the Rebels. That's Ellie Argyle. Argyle's going to pick up her first personal foul here. Inside here. Here come the Valley Buffaloes out to the left house. Skips pass across. Good cutting in as just a layup on the right side missed by Cox. And here comes a tie-up jump ball brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. It will stay with the Buffaloes. If you're just joining us, a 4-point deficit right now currently for the Rich Rebels. Perhaps this is Pugmire. I might be mistaken. I believe Pugmire is in. At the forward position, Tingy also, Lutz, and Violet Taylor, along with Lamborn. Inbounds pass far out to the right. Thought about the 3. Here we go. Frost passes it over to Hoyt on the right side. Skip pass all the way to Reeve. Reeve cuts inside into the basket, and no good, as a travel violation will be called on her. 1 too many steps. Good thought for the Valley Buffaloes as they were trying to get inside that 2-3 zone for the Rich Rebels. It's been causing some problems. No clean looks really for either team. The points that have been scored have been all contested. Violet Taylor at the point guard position passes over to Lutz. Left side wing 3, no good, as Pugmire is wrapped up, and Cox will punch it out of bounds. It will stay with the Rebels on the far side of the basket. Here comes an inbounds pass brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Tingy thought about it. Pugmire tried to seal off. Instead, the ball goes careening out towards the arc. Inside, Pugmire trying to work her way inside. Skip pass over to the near side baseline, and Lutz back over to the top of the arc for Violet Taylor. Good find by Violet Taylor as Tingy not able to put in the layup right there. Ambria Lutz has some good room. Violet Taylor out on the left side. Good ball control as this is some good passes. Lamborn back to the top of the arc. Ambria Lutz, they're trying to get her that open 3 on that baseline there. Pugmire now on the left side block, handing it over to Lutz off of her fingertips out of bounds. That's going to be a turnover on the Rebels. Frankly, quite a few good shots, a good find, and a good potential assist from Violet Taylor as she was on the left side, extended free throw line, crossed the middle of the defense trying to find Tingy, who just barely misses the free throw. 8-4 still for the Valley Buffaloes. Hoyt out to the left for Frost. Looks for her teammate on the baseline. Cox is trying to work her way down the line. Has to pick up her dribble. She's trapped in there. Here's Reeve. Right in the middle near the free throw line. No good off the back iron. Rebound. Jump ball between Pugmire and Cox. So the possession arrow will switch, but it will stay with the Rich Rebels currently at the moment. Inbounds coming in here. A little bit of a scoring drought as the only points scored have been by Ambria Lutz and Ellie Argyle. Only 4 points here. Violet Taylor working her way. This is an interesting zone implemented by Valley as it's very free-flowing. Tingy tries to get this rebound. Good find as they skip pass underneath. Violet Taylor fighting for that ball. Ball rolling around. Here comes a foul. A loose ball foul. That ball was rolling around in the paint. Ruth Cox with her first foul as she was wrestling with Violet Taylor on the ground. Lamborn with the inbounds pass to Violet Taylor. Now at the top of the arc, she goes back to Lamborn on the left side. Bow, baseline, Ambria Lutz cuts in, kicking out to Lamborn at the top of the arc. Back to Lutz. She's trying to get it in there to Tingy, but she's covered, smothered in the paint. Lamborn trying to find something inside, over round the horn, back to Ambria Lutz on the far side. Kicking out to Violet Taylor. Straightaway three, rims out, no good. Good look by Violet Taylor. Something that you can count on her to probably put that in more times than not. 15 seconds now before the end of the first quarter. Cox, skip pass all the way to Hoyt on the far side. She drains it. Three-pointer for Hoyt. Quickly, as this ball is careened by the Valley Buffaloes and then thrown up in the air, no good. So, 3 3-pointers by Hoyt in the first quarter. 2, 3. She has 9 points. So, Hoyt, with 9 of the 11 points in the first quarter, she has been stellar from beyond the arc. We'll go ahead, take a quick break here at the end of the first quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. We'll come back for the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 KADQ, as well as online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, here to the Sevier Center. We're back into live action, start of the second quarter. 9 points led by Hoyt has really got the Buffaloes in the lead. An 11-4 lead for Valley. Here comes Hoyt. She kicks that one out to the right side baseline to Frost. That's going to be a travel. Frost was not able to keep her feet set, picked up her pivot foot, and back over to the Rich Rebels it goes. This is a good opportunity for the Rebels to see what they can do in terms of offensive production. Smith into Ambria Lutz. She's going to take the point guard position across the S for Snow College from right to left on your radio dial around the horn. She went over to Grohl, back over to Lutz at the top of the key. Back to Grohl on the left side. Grohl tries to look inside. They are smothering everything in the paint. They are trying to say that, hey, if you want to beat us, the Rich Rebels are going to have to make some long-range shots. Lutz back to Grohl on the left side. Back to Lutz on the right. Far side driving in, trying to get some room. Lutz picks up her dribble at the top of the key. Smith barely reels that one in. She drives inside, kicks it out to Lutz. Lutz thought about the three, pump fake, drives inside, cuts her way in, loses the ball, reeled in by Mackenzie Smith. Lutz, extended free throw line, far side, cuts inside into the paint, has a good lane, throws it up, too hard off the glass, rebound Pugmire. Pugmire puts her arms in there, gets it on up, and she's going to get the foul. Ruth Cox with her second personal foul, and it's going to be a shooting foul. Pugmire is going to go to the line.
Number 40, Haiti Pugmire to line to shoot 2.
Pugmire has been putting in some great minutes. Left-handed shooter. This one's up and good. 5-11, 1 for 1 for Pugmire. Second one for Pugmire. Good. Nothing but net. 2 for 2 on the Bear Lake Realty free throws. Pugmire has her points on the board, and now the Rebels are 6-11. 5-point deficit still as Hoyt takes it across the timeline on the right side. Dribbles across Ambria Lutz's face, digs inside the paint. She has a free lane, up and good. That's another good drive by Hoyt. Now 13 to 6. Here comes Cassidy Grohl. She's trying to get ahead of everybody, and she throws that one out of bounds. Just behind Mackenzie Smith, that's going to be a turnover. Coach Lundgren saying, hey, listen, we don't need to rush anything here. Just focus. 13-6 lead for the Valley Buffaloes. Jenny Hoyt, who has been the superstar for the Valley Buffaloes this game, kicks it on out to the left side in the mid-range zone. Cross court now onto the near side. This is Cox. Back over to Reeve, who cuts inside. Almost traveled, but was able to keep her pivot foot as she turns around. At the top of the key, Cox directing traffic. Dribbles to the right side. She's working her way around the horn to the right, trying to get it in there. Hoyt's in front of her. Instead, she gets it back out to the top of the key. Hoyt inside, and it's going to be a foul called on Mackenzie Smith as Hoyt tried to sidestep, get inside to the basket, right side layup, no good, but she'll go to the free throw line. Smith, her first personal foul. Here comes free throws for the Buffaloes. First one up by Hoyt. Rattles off the front, then the back and out. No good on the first one.
Into the game for the Buffaloes, number 24,
Deandra House has come in for Frost. House adds a lot of size underneath here is Hoyt. Back of the rim, no good. Reeled in by Lamborn, defensive rebound. So 0 for 2 on that one. Lamborn puts it in danger. Cox intercepts it. Hoyt now with the ball, left-handed layup, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it up, and she's going to go back to the line. Lamborn tried to get the outlet pass, but instead the Buffaloes intercept it and go right back to the line. Lutz is going to pick up her second personal foul, and Hoyt's right back to the line, gets some redemption. We'll see if she can get some points here. First free throw up and no good. Rolls off the back iron and out. Ellie Argyle's come in. So has Violet Taylor. Lamborn and Lutz have come out. 7-point deficit right now for the Rich Rebels. They just haven't had points. Here's the second free throw for Hoyt. This time is good. She went 1 for 4 on those 2 trips to the free throw line. Inbounds coming in. Here comes a press from the Buffaloes, and Violet Taylor trying to get it to Grohl on the left side, throws it out of bounds. They had room and just panicked a little bit, and that ball went sailing out of bounds on the near side. Inbounds for the Valley Buffaloes. They come across now into their half-court offense. Cox cutting her way inside to the left-handed dribble. Handoff to left side elbow. Now here comes Reeve. That's blocked by Violet Taylor. Good work from Taylor to get her hands on that. Ellie Argyle guarding Hoyt out on the right side block. Now House getting the pass there from Hoyt. It's going to be a jump ball by Mackenzie Smith and Deandra House. So, jump ball brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. Mackenzie Smith gets her arms in there. Her and House were able to duke it out, and now ball with the Rebels. Here comes Pugmire. Gets the feed from Violet Taylor from the top of the key, just misses it to the right, and House able to outlet to Reeve. Back over to Cox on the right side. They're now in the Rebel side of the court. Right side here, extended free throw line, trying to get a block, and that's going to be a foul on Violet Taylor, who ran over the screening offensive player. That's Cox. Peterson has come out to give Pugmire a blow. Out on the court, Grohl, Taylor, Argyle, Smith, and Darlene Peterson. Cox gets that one up to Hoyt, who comes back for it, able to get it back to Cox on the right side baseline. 3. Nobody's there to really pressure her. Violet Taylor getting in the defensive stance. Cuts it inside. Here's Cox, the right-handed layup. Too strong off the glass. Rebound, Grohl. Violet Taylor now working her way across, getting into the offensive set, crosses the timeline, gets it way down to the left side, just too far, too weird, kind of a curve ball as that thing sailed high up in the air. Mackenzie Smith not able to get it in. Bounds, and that's a turnover. Back over to the Valley Buffaloes. 4 minutes now left in the second quarter here. Here comes Cox working her way against Violet Taylor, right side. Violet Taylor able to stick her paws in there, pokes it out of bounds. It will stay with the Valley Buffaloes. They're kind of If the free throw line were extended the whole length of the court here, that's kind of where the Buffaloes are. Inbounds on the near side, trying to get it into Hoyt. She gets it, seals off Ellie Argyle, but misses the layup. Rebound, Darlene Peterson. Argyle out to Violet Taylor. Taylor's pushing the court, finds Grohl on the left side. Grohl up, no good, hard off the glass. Offensive rebound, Mackenzie Smith. She puts that one in. There we go, 8 points for the Rich Rebels. 2 points for Smith in this second quarter. Brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Timeout call. This is a second quarter brought to you by Stacy's Repair. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. We'll go ahead, take a quick timeout, brought to you by Independent Software Solutions. Don't go anywhere. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Back into the live action here at the Sevier Center in Richfield, Utah. Your Rich Rebels currently down 8-14 to the Valley Buffaloes with about 3:45 left in the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Here's Jacobs working her way. That's going to be stolen away by Ellie Argyle on the right side. Here comes Violet Taylor pushing it. Grohl thought about the mid-range J, but instead pulls it out on the right side. Back over to Grohl. Grohl with some room, just not able to pull the trigger. Now up to the top to Violet Taylor. Sets up the offense here, back over to the right side wing. Cross-court pass, almost intercepted by the Valley Buffaloes. Here's Mackenzie Smith, puts that one up and in, and good. That's 4 points for Smith. Another good points in the paint as she was rolling down the left side baseline, puts that one up and in. Good work, and now a 10-14 score on the Station on Main scoreboard. Hoyt, cross pass way over, almost intercepted by Grohl on the left side. Here comes Reeve right on the left side elbow, pulling it back out to the top. Here is Cox getting it into Hoyt, who's triple teamed. House, too hard off the glass, out of bounds. It's going to go to the Rich Rebels as it careens off of the fingertips of a Valley Buffalo underneath the basket here. Tingy has come into the game. She inbounds it to Violet Taylor, who has taken over some point guard position. She's been sharing time with Ambria Lutz. Around the horn, Lutz now with the ball. Picks up her dribble back out. Here's Tingy over to Violet Taylor at the top of the key. Getting it into Darlene Peterson. Working her way around, finds Lutz, who carves her way inside. Jumper, too hard off the glass. She'll get the foul. House will get the foul called on her. Lutz currently with 2 points in this game. She'll go to the free throw line, see if she can cash in on the Bear Lake Realty free throws. First one up right off the back iron, goes right back to her, no good. 0 for 1 right now. Let's see if Lutz can go 50% from the charity stripe right here. Second one up and good. Nothing but net. High arcing free throw at 11-14 is your score. House is getting it right back to Cox, who's going to go ahead right across the S from left to right on your radio dial. Right side, right past House. And Frost tries to save her team, but her toe was about 3 inches on the out-of-bounds line, so that's going to be a turnover on the Valley Buffaloes. Tingy. Now over to Violet Taylor, back over to Tingy on the left side. Tingy tries to drive inside, kicks it out to Ambria Lutz on the left side. Back into Darlene Peterson, just a little too far, and it's an offensive rebound by the Rich Rebels. A miss by Darlene Peterson, and it's reeled in by Violet Taylor. Tingy back over to Lutz on the left side baseline. Ambria passes it in to Darlene Peterson, who's just a little too hard, bounces off, no good, but it's going to be a foul called on the Valley Buffaloes. Ruth Cox with her third personal foul. Here we go as Darlene Peterson puts her first points of the game in there. That one's good, 12-14, and she misses on the second one. So 50% from both Darlene Peterson as well as Ambria Lutz. And now it's only a 2-point deficit for the Rich Rebels. The Valley Buffaloes have gone cold as of lately, and here comes House, who's working her way across the line. She's going to get trapped right there, but she's able to get bailed out by Jacobs. Now kicking it out to Cox on the left side. She drives baseline underneath. House in the middle in the paint. Great move and great find. House will bounce it off, and then it's going to be a quick steal blocked by Darlene Peterson. Now Violet Taylor's able to reel that one in. Goodness, a lot of stuff happening here as Lutz fights for the ball, and Lutz probably has to kick it out to Violet Taylor, who has to reel that one in. Violet Taylor now with the ball. Tingy cutting inside out to Ambria Lutz on the right side. 2 steps, misses it, but offensive rebound, Ellie Argyle, she's going to get a foul called, and that's going to be the second one on House. Ellie Argyle will go to the line. She has 2 points in this game, and it is a 16-12 lead for the Valley Buffaloes. House with 2 points after that great find in the paint. Here's Ellie Argyle. First free throw up and no good. Off of the back of the iron. That just, I can't begin to tell. They keep hitting it. Like everybody keeps hitting the back iron. For some reason, everyone's just been getting too many reps in the gym. So 0 for 1 for Ellie Argyle right now in the second quarter. This is brought to you by Stacy's Repair. This is about 1 minute left before halftime. The score is 16-12. Argyle finds her feet, puts the second shot up. This one's too short now. Offensive rebound, Darlene Peterson, who puts that ball back up again. Darlene has just been missing a couple short throws. Three-pointer from Ellie Argyle, no good. Long rebound collected by the Valley Buffaloes. Here's Cox, who has to pick up her dribble, passes it over to Jacobs on the left side. She is knifing her way in. Sets up for a 3 on the left side arc. That's going to be nothing but air. That ball will careen off of the Valley Buffalo, go out of bounds. So with 40 seconds left, a 4-point lead for Valley, but Rich with the ball going from right to left. Smith will throw it into Lutz, and here comes a pressure from the Valley Buffaloes, trying to pressure the Rebels to not get across the line. Here comes Smith. She gets across the timeline, and then she throws it into Argyle. Back out to Lutz, left side jumper, just too short. Offensive rebound. It's going to be a tangle up between Darlene Peterson and Deandra House. House, rolling with the ball, will fall out of bounds. So an inbounds play brought to you by the Crawford Trough on the right side of the basket. Easy inbounds for Ambria Lutz, who just panics, and it's tipped by the Valley Buffaloes. She had an easy shot underneath the basket if she went up strong with it, but instead does a pirouette and throws it almost out of bounds. Lucky that the Valley Buffaloes had it. 19 seconds left. Smith with the ball. She hands off to Lutz at the top of the arc. She cuts inside to the paint, loses the ball, but we're going to get a foul called on Jacobs. 1-1 coming up for the Rebels.
Number 5, Carly Jacobs, her first personal. That's the 17th foul. That's going to send Lutz to the line to shoot 1-1.
So we're in 1-1. Lutz, first one. Bank is open and good. Lutz, 2 points in the quarter, and now it's a 13-16 score. 3-point deficit. Lutz, second one. This one's nothing but net. 2 for 2 for Lutz. 3 points in the second quarter. 13 seconds separate us from the end. Here we go. Valley trying to work its way across. Has to pick up the dribble out to Cox. She has 5 seconds. Reeling down. She's now right in the corner on the baseline. Back over to the left. Foul called on Darlene Peterson, who shakes her head, says no. And that leaves 1 second on the clock. There will be an inbounds pass on the near side here. Kind of far. Actually, just kind of an awkward. We'll see what the Valley Buffaloes conjure up. They have 1 second to get this ball up in the air before halftime. Cox with the inbounds pass tries to find Frost, and she's kind of hung up. 5 seconds called on the Valley Buffaloes, and it will be a swap of possessions. Rich Rich will swap with the Valley Buffaloes. They have an inbounds pass. They're going to have to get it in with 1 second. Lutz gets the ball, shoot it. Up in the air, no good. Quarterback heave, no good anyway, as she didn't get it off in time. Your halftime score, 14, Rich Rebels, Valley Buffaloes 16. Interesting for us to cover this game. We saw some good things, great improvement from last night. If the Rich Rebels are able to get some more offensive looks, some shots just trying to fall for the Rich Rebels, they're going to be in a great position. They're ultimately only in a 2-point deficit right now with a very, very good Valley Buffalo team. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back with the halftime show. We'll go across some stats for each of these teams, see what they can do in terms of an adjustment, what we can look forward to when we come back. 10 minutes from now, start of the third quarter. This has been the second quarter brought to you by Stacy's Repair and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on The Q as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston. Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the halftime show. Your Rich Rebels down only 2 points to the Valley Buffaloes after 2 quarters. Our current leaders in the score department, Ambria Lutz with 5. She found her way to the free throw line a couple times in the second quarter, was able to cash in on 75% free throw shooting. Darlene Peterson with 1 point. Ellie Argyle with a good bucket in the first quarter with 2. Mackenzie Smith making her presence known in the second quarter with 4. And Pugmire also getting in on the action with a bucket of her own. So that's 14 points for the Rich Rebels. If you're joining us here for the halftime show, we'd love to thank the town of Randolph as part of our sponsor for our first half highlights. Looking back on the first half, very defensive battle, really. I mean, truly, the Valley Buffaloes haven't been able to get a lot of really good looks. I can't really count very many times that either of these teams have had an open shot. Everything has been contested so far, and it's just been a back-and-forth battle. Tail of the tape is the Rich Rebels only had 4 points in the first half. In the first quarter, and then were able to score 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points in the second quarter. Meanwhile, the Valley Buffaloes only scored 4 points in the second quarter. So that was a 10-4 run in the second quarter that the Rich Rebels put on. We'll go ahead and dip into our outstanding student interview brought to you by the town of Woodruff. We'll pull out of that interview if need be, as we only have 4.5 minutes left here before the start of the second half. Thank you so much for joining us here on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com. Until then, Riker Conk, take it away.
Welcome again, Rich Rebel fans, to the Coach's Corner. I have now joined here with Riker Conk, senior here at Rich High School. Riker, we're getting ready for winter coming up. Tell me what you're looking forward to the most about this upcoming trimester.
Definitely wrestling season.
I would never have guessed in a million years that it was wrestling, Riker. When did you start wrestling?
Probably about the age of 3.
Age of 3, you just wrestling your brothers? I mean, like whatever animals come out onto the house? Like, how did it start for you?
It started with family friends in Rock Springs. They said, hey, let's get your boys into wrestling. So my parents took us, and ever since then we've done USA Wrestling, which is year-round.
That's pretty sweet. So how does do you still do USA Wrestling as well right now?
Yeah, I try to as much as I can.
How does that transfer into getting you prepped for when school season comes around for wrestling?
Well, doing USA, it makes me work a lot harder, and it's a lot less stressful because you don't have anybody breathing down your neck to you need to win. So I just go out there and wrestle, and then that transfers over to the high school season to where I just wrestle my best, and it just gets me prepared because the best way to get better at wrestling is to wrestle.
When it comes to USA Wrestling, do you have a mentor or a coach that you're going to in practice or something like that?
I try to get with Oliver Peer and Tyson Larson and sometimes Cooper as much as I can.
What kind of expectations are coming down from Coach Cornea this year for the wrestling program?
Keeping everybody at 100%, pushing hard, getting cardio up, dropping weight when we need to, winning duels, and eventually doing as good as we can at state.
What are your...
That was Riker Conk. We'd love to thank him for being part of our outstanding student interview. If you didn't get a hold of that whole interview, go ahead, listen to Rebel on Record throughout the week with myself, Cody Olsen, interviewing all the students and coaches. Those interviews are at 3:30 p.m. on 98.3 KADQ. We bring you back into the halftime show. We'll go ahead, take a quick break, come back with more action as the Rich Rebels have taken the court to get started with the second half. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 KADQ as well as on mylocalradio.com.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Wyoming Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Getting you prepped for the second half as we get underway. Your Rich Rebels down only one basket, really a two-pointer. 16-14 is your scoreboard. Really quickly, we'll dip into the Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Your new home in Bear Lake is one phone call away. Call 435-946-8888. I'm sure that Gary McKee will take good care of you as you find your new home in the Caribbean of the Rockies. Here we go as we're now into live coverage. Down onto the floor they go. The Valley Buffaloes will be getting the opening possession here as they're now working from right to left on your radio dial. Inbounds to Deandra House. House gets the ball, very confident with the ball up at the top of the arc, is guarded by Mackenzie Smith. Smith makes her pick up the dribble. It goes to the right. Here comes Jacobs, cutting inside, floater, off to the left side. That's going to be a rebound. Pulled up by Lamborn. Lamborn has to pick up her dribble. She's in trouble, but she's bailed out by Ambria Lutz. Here comes Lutz across the timeline. Now into the opening possession of the second half. Lamborn getting in at Darlene Peterson just off of her fingertips and intercepted by the Valley Buffaloes. Good thought, trying to work it into Darlene, get some open shots. 7.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Brought to you by Epic Recreation. Make your next vacation an epic one to remember. Rentals in Bear Lake, 435-946-3742, or find them on Facebook or epicrecreation.net. Here comes the Valley Buffaloes as they are dribbling in between the legs of all the Rich Rebels right now. Foul on Ambria Lutz will be called on Hoyt as she picks up her third, trying to intercept it from a pass on the far side in. First team foul of the half and her third personal. Inbounds coming from the Valley Buffaloes right underneath the basket on the right side here. Cassidy Grohl trying to cause some issues in front of the inbounder. Here comes it into House. House kicks it out there to Cox, who drives inside, right-handed layup, up and good. Good scoop. Up it goes. Ruth Cox with 2 points in the third quarter, and now they extend the lead here by a little bit. 4-point lead, and now we're in the third quarter, 14-18. Lamborn now with the ball. Cross-court pass to Smith. Three-pointer, good. From the corner. Good shot from Mackenzie Smith with the tray. Cutting it down to a 1-point game, 17-18. We'll see if she can get hot from out there. Jacobs with the ball on the left side corner. She kind of picks up her dribble, hands it in to Hoyt. Hoyt in the paint trying to cut in on Ambria Lutz. Pops it out there to Cox. Cox too hard as it's reeled in by Cassidy Grohl, and she thought that the defense was going to collapse in on her, and she travels with the ball trying to protect it. So a little bit of a reversal. Cassidy Grohl with a little bit of a turnover, and now the ball inbounded by the Valley Buffaloes right underneath the basket. Spread out across the lane. Here is Cox trying to find somebody. Timeout called. Independent Solutions timeout, and a really fast one as nobody was open. We'll go ahead and take a quick one. In this third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. This is a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 and on mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Back into the live action here at the Sevier Center. We welcome you back into the booth as we go back into the live camera. 17-18 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Valley holding on to a 1-point lead. Inbounds, Cox trying to find somebody, has to kick it way out there to Reeve at the top of the arc. Reeve around the horn to the right, trying to get it inside. Lutz gets her fingers in there, and the ball shoots off of the foot of Reed, and it will go to the Rich Rebels. Turnover. And so far, finding Mackenzie Smith on the far side. Corner 3 has been the only points here in the third quarter. 6 minutes left here, though. Still a lot of time. Cassidy Grohl kicks it out there to Ambria Lutz, right in the corner where Smith got it last time. Back up to the top for Lamborn. Lamborn's trying to find somebody. Back over to Lutz. Lutz thought about the 3, drives baseline, gets inside, and just barely misses. Around the horn it goes. That was a great drive by Ambria Lutz, and hopefully we'll see more from her as she was very aggressive on that play. It's something that the Rich Rebels desperately need. Special thanks to Epic Recreation for making this third quarter possible. Here's Deandra House on the left side wing. Trying to find somebody holding on to the ball for quite a long while. Finds Hoyt there right in the paint. Now over to Reeve on the opposite side. Too hard and a rebound for Cassidy Grohl. I got to say, Grohl has a nose for the basketball. She throws it way out to Lamborn. Was a great pass, but Lamborn's not able to reel that one in. It just kind of fell right at her toes. If she was able to hold on to that one, she was able to put that one right up into the basket. Special thanks to Colton Bagley back in the studio for keeping us on the air and keeping everything just nice and pristine from the radio side of things. Special thanks to Melissa Olsen, our special camera woman tonight, as she's doing a stellar job both on the camera and as moral support for yours truly, the broadcaster, tonight. Here comes the Valley Buffaloes with the basketball. They're working from right to left on your radio dial here in the third quarter. Again, 5 minutes now separate us from the end of the third quarter. This is Cox with the ball trying to go right. Lamborn denying her to the right side. She's holding the ball and now kicks it out there to her sister on the right side extended wing, far side. Cox, no one's dribbling the ball. They refuse to dribble, trying to work it into House. Great defense by Mackenzie Smith. It will go off of her as she boxed out House. Try to get in front of her. That ball will go careening out the back line to the left. In bounds play for the Valley Buffaloes. Right in there, right off of Cox. Cox with a very crafty thought. She tried to bounce it off of a Rich Rebel who had her back to her and tried to get the own rebound and put it in. Here comes Mackenzie Smith working her way across the timeline on the left side. She's got the ball. They're giving her lots of space. Kicks it out there to Grohl. Grohl back over to the top to Violet Taylor. Now on the near side, Lamborn. Back to the top to Taylor. Grohl, left side. Around the horn, this ball has been going. They're trying to get it in there. Lamborn has Darlene Peterson on the block if she can get it to her. Instead, kicks it out to Grohl. Grohl has a great shot from the mid-range J. Nothing but air, just a little bit too far. Good look, though, as Darlene Peterson is pressuring Cox right at the line. Cox sisters, 3 of them out there, along with Hoyt and Deandra House. Left side, this is Ruth Cox, guarded by Lamborn on the left side wing extended. Drives now with her left hand, tries to get inside. Is stopped right by Lamborn, right on the elbow. Has nowhere to go with the ball. That's a long time for her to be holding on to it. Hoyt will get pushed from behind by Darlene Peterson. Peterson's going to pick up her first foul of the half. I believe that's Darlene Peterson's first and only foul so far of the game, as she has come out and has been replaced by Ellie Argyle. Comes to inbounds here on the left side of the basket. Inbound to Hoyt, guarded by Smith on the left side block. We'll see what she can do. Hoyt turns left, is blocked by Argyle. House gets the rebound, cleans up for Hoyt, puts that one in. It's going to be a foul on the Valley Buffaloes as they're up 3 points, trying to dive for a ball. Rachel Cox will get her first personal foul, and that was great defense, good hustle, but just a little bit out of control. Here comes Violet Taylor, has a free lane, kicks it out there to Cassidy Grohl. Had a good look, but instead pulls it back over to Lamborn on the right side. Mackenzie Smith, three-pointer, rattles in and out. That was a good look by Smith. I would imagine that they're going to try and keep feeding Smith the ball as she is kind of on right now. Back over to Smith on the right side. Smith thinks about the three, kicks it over to Grohl on the left side elbow. Grohl just a little bit too hard off of the iron. Offensive rebound. Grohl sticks her hands in there. Her and Cox will be called with the jump ball. It will stay with the Rich Rebels. That three-pointer by Mackenzie Smith would have tied the game as we only have 3 minutes left here in our Epic Recreation third quarter. Inbounds on the right side of the basket for the Rebels. Lamborn has to pick up the ball. Violet Taylor with the three. Good look. In! Three-point tray by Violet Taylor and a nominee for Precision Play of the Game. Great three-pointer. And now we are tied 20-20. Deandra House has an open look. She matches Violet Taylor's three from the right side wing. Almost from the baseline. Here comes the Rich Rebels. Back-to-back threes by either team. Cassidy Grohl with the ball, drives inside, tries to get it to Argyle. She's on the right side block. Back over to Grohl. Travel called on Argyle. She's not able to keep her pivot foot. And I got to say, after that huge three by Violet Taylor right at the top of the arc, Deandra House was given too much space out on the far side baseline three, and she just drills it. Valley Buffaloes ahead by 3 again. 2 minutes and 15 seconds separate us from the end of the third quarter. Cox on the left side, guarded by Brittany Lamborn right at the top, trying to get it into House right at the elbow. She does. House turns, puts it on up, in. 2 for 2. Great work by House. That's 5 in the quarter here. And a driving Lamborn will get fouled and get sent to the line. 5-point deficit as 2 quick buckets by Deandra House has given the Valley Buffaloes a little bit of a breathing room. Brittany Lamborn to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. First one. Up. Rims out. Left, right, and out, and that's no good on the first one. Still a 5-point deficit. Cassidy Grohl has come out. Pugmire has come in. Lamborn with her second free throw. This time it's off of the back of the glass, and an offensive rebound by Tingy. Violet Taylor out to Lamborn. Lamborn thought about the three, had an open look, but instead pulls it down, and Violet Taylor kicks it out to Lamborn on the right side. Lamborn drives inside, gets it on over to Tingy, not able to keep that one as she had an open look running to the basket in the left lane. Could have had a good layup with her left hand, but instead it bounces off of her hands, out of bounds, turnover, Rich Rebels. Ruth Cox with the basketball, working her way from right to left, right on the Zion's Baint logo. Kicking it way over to her sister on the right side. Almost in the corner. Instead, she takes a dribble step back. Looking, trying to get it into Hoyt. Hoyt guarded by Argyle. Argyle fronts her. Instead goes across the court over to House. House puts it up and in. That's 7 points for Deandra House here in the third quarter, and now a 7-point lead for the Valley Buffaloes. Here comes Violet Taylor with the ball, and now over to Argyle on the left. Around the horn, Argyle now kicks it out far to the left for Tingy. Tingy tries to find Lamborn. Lamborn cuts back. Had a open lane, but nobody saw her. Tingy with the ball, and she steps in, gets the good feed from Violet Taylor. Pugmire, offensive rebound, no good. Lamborn pulls up the ball from the ground, but before that, foul on the arms. Pugmire hits Deandra House. Pugmire with her first personal foul. Here comes Cox across the timeline again, and this time she works her way to the right. Guarded, denied on the right side by Lamborn. Obviously a coaching technique taught to Lamborn as Hoyt gets it up, misses the front of the rim on the feed on the inside. Hoyt cleans up her own mess, though, as she's able to put that one in. Now a 9-point lead very quickly for the Valley Buffaloes. Down onto the floor before the shot, streaking into the paint from the top of the arc. Violet Taylor will get fouled by Cox. Crawford Trough inbound here on the near side for the Rich Rebels. Here they come, slow. Here they come. Lamborn stuck inside. She gets it on over to Argyle, and that's going to be another foul on House, who was all over Argyle on the right block after the feed from Lamborn inside. House with her third. Another inbounds pass. Good look from Lamborn to Argyle. That one rolls off the front of the iron and in. Good work from Argyle. Back down to a 7-point lead, 22-29, and 3 seconds before the end of the quarter. Good defense from Violet Taylor on Cox as she's not able to get that shot up. And that will be the end of the third quarter, 7-point deficit, and a huge, huge contribution from Deandra House from the Valley Buffaloes has really given quite a bit of breathing room for the Buffaloes. That has been the story, really, as if I were the Rich Rebels, Mackenzie Smith has been 50% from the three-point land right now, and three-point buckets are really working for her. We'll see if we are able to do that going into the fourth quarter. Until then, this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Welcome back to the Sevier Center here in Richfield, Utah. Approximately 1 p.m. and a 7-point deficit for the Rich Rebels now with 8 minutes left to try and figure out how they can come back and topple what would be, I would very much consider an upset against the Valley Buffaloes here into the fourth quarter. Inbounds coming in for the Valley Buffaloes. This fourth quarter brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. Ball's going the opposite way. Not 100% sure what our referee there on the southwest side of the court just called, but she pointed the ball is going the opposite way. It was a personal foul on the Valley Buffaloes, and that's going to swap possessions. Here comes Rich with Ambria Lutz across midcourt, looking inside to Ellie Argyle. She gets the screen at the top and cuts inside. Kicks it out there to Lamborn. Back out there to Tingy. Tingy drives right. Now we have a little bit of a cluster here on the right side. Ambria Lutz out to the top. Picks up her dribble, needs to be bailed out. Tingy out to her right, does bail her out, and she gets it across to Darlene Peterson. Great find. Darlene Peterson not able to finish off of a great feed from Tingy from the right side wing to the left side block. Here comes the Valley Buffaloes. This is Hoyt with the ball, trying to feed her teammate out on the right side wing. Now in the corner, this is Jacobs working her way around the horn. Hands it off to Cox. Cox blocked off by Lamborn. Pump fake, and now trying to feed it into Hoyt. Guarded by Darlene Peterson. Travel called. Nope, it's a hand check on Darlene Peterson. I thought it was going to be a travel as her feet moved quite a few times. Darlene only with 2 fouls. Fourth team foul of the half, and so they've got 3 more before bonus time. Here comes an inbounds pass right off of Ambria Lutz's fingertips. Now kicking out to Frost. Left side, Trey, no good. Ambria Lutz gets the outlet from Brittany Lamborn. Lutz pushes the court, tries to get numbers out on her team. Tingy, good shot from the right side, just a little bit too hard off the iron and out to the left. Rebound, Valley. That's Cox pushing her way up the right side. Stops her dribble and now kicks it back out to the right side. Good thought. Reeve thought about the 3, but instead picks it up and kicks it out over to Jacobs on the left side. Jacobs back over to Reeve, right side wing. A cutting Frost inside, guarded by Tingy. Back out to the top for Cox. Cox drives right, pulls it back out, Tries to set up a little bit better defense. Darlene Peterson trying to get it to guard Hoyt. Hoyt. That's going to be a travel on Reeve trying to feed Hoyt in the paint. Hoyt is doing everything that she can to box out Darlene Peterson and trying to get an easy bucket in there. 6:19 left in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Lamborn gets the inbound from Ambria Lutz, kicking it back out to Lutz. Across the timeline she goes out to the right. Here's Mackenzie Smith, who kicks it right back out to Lutz on the right side, around the horn to the right to Lamborn. Lamborn holds it, kicks it back over to Mackenzie Smith, who tries the three. That's good! Left side tray by Mackenzie Smith. Great shot. As we talked about it earlier, that Mackenzie Smith has been over 50% from the three-point line, and they called a designated call to her right out there on the short corner on the far side. She drills it, puts it away, and now a 25-19 lead for Buffalo. For Valley, for the Buffaloes. Here comes Cox. Across the line she goes, and now into the half-court offense. She's looking, guarded by Lamborn, denied the right side, really. Lamborn is daring her to go left. Dribble with her left hand, and she does. Jabs left, goes back to the right. Holds the ball for a while. Here's Frost on the right side, feeding it inside to Hoyt. Here's Darlene Peterson guarding Hoyt. Hoyt powers her way through Darlene Peterson, and the turnaround jumper. That's good for 31 points for Valley. Back over to Ellie Argyle. Argyle feeds into Darlene Peterson. Goes up, no good, but a foul on Frost. To the charity stripe, Darlene Peterson will go. They're down 6 with 5:15 left. Bear Lake Realty free throws coming up for Darlene Peterson. First one. Up and good. Great work from Darlene. That's her second point of the game. She's had great looks and just not able to put it away. She's 2 for 3 currently on free throws, those 2 points being the only points that she's had in the game. Here comes her second one. This one off the front, back and in. 3 points for Darlene Peterson. 27-31 and a timeout. Independent Solutions timeout. We'll take a breather with 5:15 left in the fourth quarter. We'll see what the Rebels can do to pull back, get to the lead that they so desperately want. This is Cody Olsen here at the Sevier Center on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com. Special thanks to Bear Lake Community Health Center for this presentation of Rich Rebel basketball.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments, no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Some funky, groovy tunes to bring us back into the fourth quarter. 5:15 here at the Sevier Center. This is a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball. Your girls taking on the Valley Buffaloes. They're down 4, 31-27. Back into the live camera we go on the Station on Main scoreboard. 4 points separate each of these teams. Mackenzie Smith leads the team in points with 10 right now for the Rich Rebels. Hoyt crosses the timeline on the right side. She's trying to go right. Guarded by Darlene Peterson way outside. Gets the screen from Cox. Kicking it out to Deandra House on the left side wing. House cuts across the middle, back over to Cox. This time she's driving inside. Keeps her pivot foot back out to Cox on the right side. Ellie Argyle will poke that one up, and Cox trying to feed Hoyt. Instead drives right to the baseline, guarded by Lamborn. She's in trouble, needs to be bailed out. Hoyt there to bail her out. Hoyt stolen by Ambria Lutz. Great steal by Ambria Lutz as she was able to sneak behind Hoyt as she wasn't looking. Instead gets her pocket picked by Cox. Hoyt now with the ball. In. Jenny Hoyt makes the lead a little bit more for the Valley Buffaloes, 33-27. Not impossible by any means, but that pit pocket by Valley really helped out, and Hoyt able to capitalize. Frost now gets the inbound on the right side here. Back over to Hoyt, who is extended free throw line out from the elbow on the far side. Guarded by Darlene Peterson. Left-handed dribble. Staying in the same spot, tries to get it over to the middle, back over to Cox. Cox takes the ball, spin, right-hand travel. It was good thought, but Cox not able to keep her pivot foot down in the appropriate spot. Will get called for the travel. 4 minutes exactly separate us from the end of the fourth quarter. As our scoreboard cam, for some odd reason, has gone wonky. Ambria Lutz cutting into the lane, puts it up and good. Ambria Lutz, 2 points there. 29-33. Here's Hoyt with the ball, cuts inside, gets past Darlene Peterson. Left-handed dribble, right-handed floater, up no good. Rebound Hoyt again. This is a 3 from Cox. That's good, and a dagger by the Valley Buffaloes. 36-29, 7-point lead. Here's Mackenzie Smith, three-pointer from the right side, just off the back iron, no good. And on the attempted rebound, she followed her shot and got called for the foul.
Fouls on number 44 of the Rebels, Mackenzie Smith, her second. Back into the game for the Rebels, number 3, Cassidy Cole.
We apologize. Our scoreboard cam has gone kind of funky. We're going to keep that out. 3 minutes left in the game. Hoyt able to track down that awry pass from Cox. Cox has a free lane now, breaking the press, and she'll get called for the travel as she just realized she was just nobody there. Tried to do a jump stop, bounced off her foot, tried to reel it in, but instead gets called for the travel. 7 points now, 2:58 left in the fourth quarter. Ambria Lutz cutting inside, kicks it on out to Lamborn. Goes inside and gets fouled by Cox as she was trying to drive here inside the paint. That's going to send Brittany Lamborn to the line. It's on Ruth Cox, her fourth personal. Brittany Lamborn could get her first points of the match here from the free throw line. First one up. No good off the back iron, and it's going to be a foul called on the rebound here. Darlene Peterson's going to get called with the push, trying to go for the rebound. 2:49 left in the game. Here come Valley going down to the left side, kicking it all the way out to Frost. Frost intercepted by Ambria Lutz. Lutz is now pressured by two Valley players trying to get across the timeline, and she dribbles, breaks some ankles, finds some room. Darlene Peterson was open underneath, but she didn't see her. Lutz with the long three, no good. It's going to go out of bounds. Tried to put a capitalization on that great dribbling performance, but instead just missed the three, unfortunately, and that ball goes careening out of bounds. Out of bounds play coming up for the Valley Buffaloes. Inbounds Frost getting it out there to Hoyt. Hoyt back over to Cox as they're getting pressure from the Rich Rebels. Cox in trouble, steps through the double team and passes over to Hoyt. Hoyt finds the open man on the far side. That's Cox going way inside. She'll get called for the foul. Well, rather not the foul. She'll get a foul called on her. I believe that's Ambria Lutz, who was just a little bit on top of her back as she was trying to get it in there. No, Cassidy Grohl, in fact. First free throw up and good for Cox. Second one for Cox, up and off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Mackenzie Smith. This is a 37-29 lead for Valley as they're getting pressure from the full court press. Cassidy Grohl gets across the timeline, almost dribbles out of bounds, casts it over to Ambria Lutz, who gets run over by Frost. That's going to be a foul on Frost, and that will send Ambria Lutz to the line. 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. 8-point deficit. Ambria Lutz, first free throw, high arcing off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Valley. Here comes Cox with the quarterback pass way down the line to her sister, who gets a free lane right in there, bounces it out, in and out, missed layup by Cox over to Lutz. Lutz has Darlene Peterson on the right side, up and under, good move by Darlene Peterson. Keeping it within 6. 6-point lead for Valley with 1:34 left. We'll take a quick break here on mylocalradio.com, as well as on 98.3 KADQ. Special thanks to Bear Lake Community Health Center for the presentation of Rich Rebel basketball here at the Sevier Center.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Back into the coverage now between the Rich Rebels and the Valley Buffaloes. Only 6 points separate these teams as we're about 1:34 left in the fourth quarter. Hopefully we got our scoreboard camera back, which we do. If you're watching us, just interesting basketball, a lot of contested shots, and we'll see if the Rich Rebels can pressure the Valley Buffaloes here in this full court press and cause them to cough up the ball or at least get an 8-second violation. We get a reminder from our referee that Hoyt can run the baseline, and she doesn't need to. She gets it right out there to Cox. Cox immediately crosses the line, gets it out to Frost. Frost over to Mackenzie Smith, guarding DeAndre House. And that's going to be a foul on the arm. Mackenzie Smith will get called with her second foul. Third personal, I apologize. Third personal foul on Mackenzie Smith. That sends House to the line. House rattles it in and out, no good on the first one. This is probably the point where you start fouling if you're behind a little bit, so I don't think it matters too terribly much. House misses everything on the second one. It's an air ball, and the ball will go to the Rich Rebels. So what Mackenzie Smith initially, very upset, she thought it was clean, first of all, is actually going to work to her benefit because House misses both of those free throws. The ball goes immediately to the Rich Rebels. They need to push the floor with 1:24 left in this game. Lutz with the ball, crosses the timeline, gets it over to Violet Taylor. Darlene Peterson with the three on the right side, just off the rim, no good. Reeled in by Ambria Lutz. Good offensive rebound. Lutz goes back into the lane, puts it up and good. Great work by Ambria Lutz. Another full court press by the Rich Rebels, and that ball goes careening off of House. Inside, no good by Frost, who had an easy layup on the left side. That's a miss. 33-37. Ambria Lutz gets stripped by Cox. Cox now outlet there to Frost, who has a free lane. She puts that one up and good. That's a dagger for the Valley Buffaloes, 39-33. Has to push. We have 34 seconds now. Violet Taylor needs to shoot. Mackenzie Smith left side, thought about it, drives inside, throws it into the traffic, and it's going to be intercepted by the Valley Buffaloes. Outlet pass there to Hoyt. Easy right-handed layup. It's missed. Missed by Hoyt. That's very uncharacteristic, as Hoyt very, very automatic from that right-handed layup situation. 6-point lead, 18 seconds. So that foul on Hoyt is going to actually send Darlene Peterson to the line. 33-39. 1-1. Bear Lake Realty free throw coming up for Darlene Peterson. First one up. Off the front of the rim, no good. Long rebound, careened by Hoyt. Hoyt puts it back into traffic, almost reeled in. Ambria Lutz keeps it inbounds. Wolf from behind her. It's going to get poked by Cox out of bounds. It will stay with the Rebels. 6 points, 8.8 seconds. See what the Rebels do in terms of drawing up a three-point play coming up to try and get this ball in a position where we can where they could score. Crawford Trough inbounds play coming up for the Rich Rebels. Lutz right near the three-point line gets it into Smith. Back over to Lutz instead. Smith just miscalculates. It goes off of her fingertips of Lutz and out of bounds. Here comes the Valley Buffaloes with 6 seconds left. And Ambria Lutz fouls with 5.2 seconds left in the game. Ruth Cox to the line as she can put this away for the Valley Buffaloes. First one up and good. 40 points, 40 piece for the Valley Buffaloes in a 7-point lead with 5.2 seconds left in the game. Here comes the second free throw from Cox. That one is up and good as well. Perfect from the charity stripe in a 41-point game for the Valley Buffaloes. Here comes Ambria Lutz, who's going to heave the prayer from the very end. Three-pointer, good. That was pretty. Absolutely beautiful from Ambria Lutz.
Ambria Lutz, congratulations to the Buffaloes.
So your final 36. Final here from the Sevier Center, the second game of the state preview tournament. Rich, that's 36. Valley, 41. A buzzer beater by Ambria Lutz. That was very beautiful, quite frankly. Unfortunately, Rich not in a position for that to be a buzzer beater winner. Rich will be down for the second time in this state tournament, but a lot of improvement than what we saw yesterday. We'll talk about that improvement, talk about a few of the plays of the game. Going into our post-game show, this has been Cody Olsen here at the Sevier Center. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back to the post-game show here from the Sevier Center in Richfield, Utah. This is Cody Olsen covering what was a 41-36 win for the Valley Buffaloes in what was a very hard-fought game between each of these teams. What I would say from being here in person, the Rich Rebels improved upon what was blatantly obvious on what they needed to improve on yesterday. And that was they got to the basket a little bit more. They were a lot smoother in transition. They were able to play great defense on a Valley Buffalo team that really is used to putting up a few more points than what they did. In terms of improvement for next time, your Valley Buffaloes were very good at getting the shots to fall on contested layups, and you can't help yourself. That just happens very often. Offensive rebounds is something I want to highlight again from yesterday. We did not see a plethora of being out-rebounded on the boards. The Rich Rebels did a very good job of that. As we're here on the post-game show, a 36-41 loss for the Rich Rebels, but a lot to look forward to as they head back to Rich County, getting ready for more basketball in the month of December. Good to get the rust off here. Final points today, Ambria Lutz with 12, Darlene Peterson with 5, Ellie Argyle with 2, Violet Taylor with 3, Mackenzie Smith with 10, and Pugmire with 2. On the opposite side, you have Hoyt and Deandra House. Hoyt had a huge first quarter, and House had a huge third quarter, and that really kept them away from the Rich Rebels just enough to take the W and the lead here. We're here on the post-game show. Our precision play of the game, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankum, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. We'll go to Ambria Lutz. At the very end, buzzer beater. I mean, it wasn't a game winner, but Ambria Lutz, what would have been very close to an NBA 3, just puts her legs underneath it, a meteor into the air, and nothing but net on a T7 Propane and Woodruff three-pointer. It was very beautiful, and that makes her the leading scorer on the team. However, our player of the game will go to Mackenzie Smith, who was very consistent throughout, getting 4 points in the second quarter, 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth, knocking down some huge three-pointers that kept this game close. We'll see what this team has in store as they get ready to play some more basketball later on. Our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, where quality meets fresh and fast every time, 113 Front Street in Evanston. Jimmy John's Freaky Fast, Freaky Fresh. In the first quarter, your Rich Rebels will score only 4 points compared to, I believe it was 14 for the Valley Buffaloes. Then they were able to flip the script, able to score quite a few more points, got within 2 at halftime. The score was 14-16. Scored 10 points in the second quarter, led by Mackenzie Smith and Ambria Lutz. Pugmire also chipping in there in the second quarter. Then the third quarter, Deandra House, huge third quarter with 7 huge points, able to pull away a little bit as Rich was trying to come back on a 3 of Mackenzie Smith, Violet Taylor, and Ellie Argyle getting in there as well. Then the fourth quarter, Ambria Lutz trying everything that she can. She did a fantastic job covering the point guard position and really switching with Violet Taylor tonight. She ended up with 7 points in the fourth quarter. Darlene from the charity stripe got 4. Mackenzie Smith with a huge 3. Your final score, 41-36 in favor of the Valley Buffaloes. We'll take a quick break, come back, and finish up our post-game show. This has been Cody Olsen here in Richfield, Utah, covering your Rich Rebels. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Back again for the last time here as part of our post-game show. We welcome you into the booth. Our final segment, our LSR Refrigerated in-game adjustment. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family wish the Rebels good luck in all that they do. They're going to find some more luck as the season progresses on. Unfortunately, today, toppled by the Valley Buffaloes. We talked a little bit about the in-game adjustment yesterday, about rebounding, getting strong in the paint, not getting out-rebounded. Wayne out-rebounded the Rebels almost alone on the offensive side, offensive rebound on the offensive side of the boards. They were able to keep it very close with the Valley Buffaloes. I would not be surprised whatsoever if it was a lead for the Rich Rebels. They were able to get some good rebounds. Also, another in-game adjustment that we talked about, finding Mackenzie Smith out of the break from halftime. They found her on a very specifically designed play for her to shoot a three-point basket, and she got the Rebels within 1. And it was actually tied there in the third quarter. Unfortunately, just not able to get it close enough off, as there was a huge performance from Hoyt and DeAndre House from the Valley Buffaloes. We thank you for joining us here on this post-game show, and from Richfield, Utah. We look forward to enjoying more basketball with you as time carries on throughout this winter season. This is Cody Olsen here from Richfield, joined here with my most amazing camera woman, Melissa Olsen, and Colton Bagley back in the studio. We thank you so much. We'll be joining you again as the boys will be playing their first game against the Titans, Telos Titans, on December 3rd. Until then, be safe, enjoy the holidays, eat as much as you can, and don't feel bad, because I'm going to, and I don't want to be alone. Let's go ahead, sign off here by saying good luck, enjoy the holidays, and as always, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com. Until next time, go Rebels!